Hey guys, what's up? It's me, AV. Welcome back to the channel, and this week I am debuting a new segment for my channel. It is called the Weekly Review. Basically, I'm going to review the week in WWE TV. I'm probably going to switch over to GFW and New Japan later on if this really takes off, but for now, I'm just going to stick to WWE television. So 205 Live, NXT, SmackDown Live, or Raw, anything that sticks to me during that week, I possibly could talk about it on this show. So without further ado, if you're ready, let's get into the show. It's the Weekly Review with audio visual. So coming in at number 5 is Jason Jordan. On Monday Night Raw, Jason Jordan had an exhibition match against John Cena, which is very reminiscent of when John Cena debuted on SmackDown against Kurt Angle. So now the roles have reversed, people, and John Cena is now giving Kurt Angle's quote-unquote son the same opportunity he had. Now, before I get into the match, I just want to say I want to give a shout out to CFOs, always producing quality entrance music, and the new entrance music they gave to Jason Jordan was just great. Thank you guys, always producing great music. Anyways, getting into it, the match, Jason Jordan had a lot to prove. He had to prove to basically the viewing audience and a lot of the fans, why is he getting this push? I mean, his first couple matches there were kind of bland, to be honest. They didn't show us anything of why this guy's special. I think in this match against John Cena, he showed us why he was special, why he's getting this push. Technically, the guy is incredible. I mean, he did a bridging suplex transition into another bridging suplex. The back and forth was good. He can show emotion in there. Great storyteller. The only thing I think Jason Jordan is missing is a more fleshed out character. Basically, all we have right now is, hi, I'm Kurt Angle's son. And yeah, that's it. But you know, they'll work on the character later. His ring work spoke out this week to me. That's why he got the number 5 spot. He has proven to me he is a very viable Intercontinental Championship contender, possibly Intercontinental Champion. So at number 5, Mr. Jason Jordan, you've made it on the list. Congratulations. And coming in at number 4, Shunsuke Nakamura is your number 1 contender again to the WWE Championship. On SmackDown, he wrestled Randy Orton. Now, that match was good. I liked it. I loved it. But I'm talking about the implications of Shunsuke Nakamura. So far, what I've heard from the wrestling community is Shunsuke Nakamura is great, but a lot of people are starting to feel that he's just an entrance and that's it. I gotta disagree with these guys. I have to. This match against Randy Orton shows you why he's not just an entrance. He's a good worker. His character's a little rocky. They're calling him the artist when he first came on SmackDown, and now they're calling him the rock star. Watch, in a couple weeks they're gonna call him the rock star artist. I feel it. They're just gonna mix it up. But anyways, I think him being the number 1 contender against Jinder Mahal is good, because a lot of people were worried that his loss at SummerSlam would write off Nakamura. Like, okay, he lost to Jinder and that's it pretty much. They're giving him the second opportunity at Jinder Mahal. And I think it's interesting too, because the second opportunity is going to be a Hell in the Cell. Unless it's at the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view and it's not actually in a cell, which would be total crap if they did that. But with that, it's interesting because the Hell in the Cell is usually saved for like a third match or a final match and a long rivalry. Not usually the second match. It's a little awkward. But I'm very interested to see what Nakamura and Mahal will pull off in a cell. So it's great to know that we're going to get another Shunsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal match. Whether or not it's going to be good is questionable. At SummerSlam, I didn't really enjoy their match, to be honest. I felt like it was a little messy, and the ending, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. All this build up, and that's how it ended. I didn't buy it. I think this is their chance at retribution at Hell in the Cell. So at number 4, Shunsuke Nakamura, your number 1 contender. And at number 3, Shane McMahon gets kicked off SmackDown. Now, he wasn't kicked off SmackDown. That's just what's here on my notes. I think DJ Sully was messing with my notes again. Shane McMahon was indefinitely suspended from SmackDown. I'll correct him here on the show. You guys heard it first. He's wrong. I'm right. Anyways, getting into it. Shane McMahon was indefinitely suspended on SmackDown for attacking Kevin Owens. Now, I'm not like, oh my gosh, you got suspended and all that. That's not why this is a big deal to me. The big deal to me is because Vince McMahon is coming next week to address this. Now, Kevin Owens was shown on SmackDown talking to Daniel Bryan. He's like, what, his wife is going to come on and defend him or something? And Daniel Bryan proceeded to tell Kevin Owens, no, Vince is coming. Now, a lot of internet rumors out there, a lot of the online wrestling community is talking that this is when Vince is going to do another superstar shakeup. Makes sense. Vince is going to address this. How is he going to address this? He's going to remove Kevin Owens from SmackDown and put him back on Raw, because that was addressed during the Shane and Kevin promo on SmackDown, where Shane was like, we don't just hand titles. This is not Monday Night Raw. So it makes sense that Vince would come in, address the crowd, address Kevin, address Shane McMahon, and go, you know what? We're going to have a superstar shakeup. And that is why this is number 3 on the list, because the shakeup is going to move a lot of people. There's been a lot of talk about superstars going to SmackDown, a lot of superstars going to Raw to kind of balance out the rosters. Now, the only one I really heard was maybe a Kevin Owens coming back to Raw, but that's all I've heard, and that's rumors. So take that with a giant grain of salt. Take that with a huge grain of salt. I just know that a shakeup was inevitable, and they wanted to introduce more NXT talent onto the roster during that shakeup. So in at number 3, Shane McMahon getting suspended on SmackDown. And coming in at number 2 is Big Show versus Braun Strowman in a cage match. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a big fan of the big man versus big man matches. Whenever WWE does their giant man, it's like King Kong versus Godzilla. I'm not a huge fan of that, to be honest. But this match was entertaining. It was built to make Braun look strong, and it did it with an exclamation point. Braun looks strong going into No Mercy. It's not like he needed any help to look any stronger. Reference SummerSlam, he freaking put Brock under a table and decimated him. His rivalry with Roman Reigns, he flipped the freaking ambulance. Braun Strowman looks strong, but this really put a bow on it. That's why I'm putting this on number 2. Because I get a funny feeling, guys. I'm calling it right now. Sully's giving me that look, but I'm calling it right now, guys. I think they might give the title to Braun Strowman. Big swerve the audience, because everyone on the internet community is like, for sure, they're gonna do Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns again, Universal title, easy. But in my mind, I'm thinking the way they're booking this, I think they might give it to Braun. I think they might give it to Braun and, freak out everybody in the audience. But at the same time, I could see this. They could give it to Braun at No Mercy and then have him lose it later. So I could be right and you guys can be right. Everybody can just be right, So I'm not too sure. That's why I put this at number 2, because this is interesting. They really positioned Braun in a great position for the Universal Championship. But, people thought Joe was going to do it, but in the back of my mind, I was like, they're not going to let Joe do it, and they didn't. I wanted Joe to win, but Joe didn't win. But with Braun, I feel like he might actually do it just to shock the crowd. So in at number 2, a colossal number 2, it is Big Show versus Braun Strowman in a cage. And in at number 1 is Dolph Ziggler re-debuting on SmackDown. Sorta. So for everyone who watched SmackDown Live this week, we got to witness the re-debut of Dolph Ziggler. And basically he just vented his frustration at the audience about how he's the best in the ring, but that doesn't seem to matter to them. What matters to them is the entrance, the character, the whole, light show and robe kind of thing. And this is where it got super interesting, guys. When he walked back and the lights turned off, I had the gut feeling that he's going to do another entrance. Now, I thought he was going to debut his new music and everything, but no, he won up to me. The show off showed me off and came out dressed as John Cena, doing the John Cena entrance. And I laughed hysterically, because it basically is everything the John Cena entrance is. You throw the hat. Traditionally he does that in the ring, but he throws the hat, shakes the camera, talks to the camera, does the towel gimmick, and that's it. And then he walked away and shocked me again. He came out and did the Macho Man Randy Savage's entrance, complete with imposter Miss Elizabeth. And I was like, this guy is getting me. And I love how they changed the Titantron and the Ribbontron for each entrance. And that got me. The Macho Man, the Macho Ziggler got me. He walked away. I thought this was it. You know, I was like, this Macho Man was the one right there, better than John Cena. How is he gonna one up this? And he did. The show off came out doing Naomi's entrance with the whole black light, the music, the techno music, the dancing, the sliding. He did it all. And I was dying on the floor watching this. I loved it. This is number one this week because this is Dolph Ziggler's best segment, in my opinion. This is him uncut, unglued, just off the cuff. This seemed like the real Dolph Ziggler. This seems like the Dolph Ziggler that will be the WWE champion, because this one felt real. Didn't feel scripted, didn't feel like he was setting up a joke, punchline kind of thing. I felt it. I felt like he believed it. I believed it. That was an amazing segment. There was goofy parts, but it felt like he was really mocking it. Like you could feel the ounces of frustration as he mocked each entrance. Like, you guys like this? You guys don't appreciate my wrestling? You want a great entrance, but this is the wrestling business, but you don't appreciate my ring work. That's what I was genuinely feeling from Dolph Ziggler. Now, there's rumors going around that he's leaving WWE. And at the end of the segment, it's very believable that could have been his last segment, and then he quits the company. But I think the response he's going to get from this segment will push him to continue with WWE. And if he does continue with this character, if he comes back next week and then truly debuts the new Dolph Ziggler with kick-ass music, kick-ass new gear, kick-ass new attitude, I can see Dolph Ziggler finally making it back to the WWE Championship. So in at number one, mocking every other entrance on the SmackDown roster, is Dolph Ziggler re-debuting. Well, that's it for the show, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe to the channel because I love doing this, guys. I'm here for you guys. Let me know. You can leave me comments down below. Let me know your top 5 moments. You can let me know down there, or you can let me know on Twitter. You can follow me at J1Phenomenal. But that's it, guys. Try and let me know what you think, so I know if I should do more of these or just trash the idea. Let me know. Love me, hate me down there, whatever you want to do. But until next time, guys, this session of the Audio Visual Club is now adjourned. Thanks.